Welcome to this show, great people. This is Greatness Assured Show, and your host is Isaac the Great. Today's topic is transformative leadership. You know what? Nothing grows, nothing changes, nothing improves without leadership. I know we have people we call leaders, especially politicians. Those are political leaders. But many of them are just people who play tricks. I say it's politics. Play tricks with people. That's a game. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about politics, because these are politics. I'm talking about transformative leadership. Today, the world is seriously in need of transformative leaders. People who are able to identify a problem in the society, come up with ideas that will transform the society, show the way, walk the way, and not just talk the way, and bring a change to an organization, bring a change to a country, bring a change to the community. It's quite unfortunate that we have let politicians to control and define leadership. Let me tell you this. Look at the greatest companies that you may think of. Look at the greatest organizations. Look at the greatest churches. And look at their leaders. What is it that they had that brought the difference? Number one, true leaders have a vision of where they are taking their people. True leaders are servants. There are people out there who want to serve people, not to be served. Allow me to quote the Holy Book, the Christian Holy Book, the Bible. Jesus says that the greatest of all must be a servant of all. The greatest leaders that you have ever heard of were great servants of people. Think of Nelson Mandela. These were great people. Think of Martin Luther King. Think of Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa. These are people who did great things that later on people followed them because of the great inspiration, the influence that they brought in to the people. I know many of you have different schools of thought in terms of what leadership is all about. Some will say the leaders are born. Good. Others will say leaders are made. Good. But I can tell you, all those is not enough. Others will even go to a class and study leadership, but they don't make to be good leaders. Why? Because they miss this mark. I'll quote my mentor, Dr. Myles Munroe, saying that all of us were born with the leadership spirit in us, and all that we are required to do is to cultivate, to develop the leadership spirit in us to become better people. Of course, he defines leadership as that inspiration by people who have a purpose and passion, transform people and influence people towards a certain vision, as a direction. You can get his quote directly, of course, from his books. But all that I'm saying is this: whether you think you're born a leader, whether you think leaders are made, whether you think leaders have to study about leadership, this is my greatest question. There's something special in you that you can offer the world. And if you can show them the direction and say, this is where I want to show you, then you become a good leader. I want to ask you and give you a few points that will be very important in your organization. Whether you are a political leader, the politician, the politics that they play people, whether you are a leader in business, whether you are a leader at work, whether you are a leader at home, wherever that you are. Number one, where do you want to take people? Because that is very important. Number two, what resources do you think will be useful? Get the right knowledge that you need. Get the right passion. Get the right vision. Get the right purpose that you have. This is why I'm getting to this position, to do exactly this. Motivate your team, because that is very important. Motivate your team so that at the end of the day, people will be able to follow you. Inspire your team so that they can be able to say, wow, we are in it, whether it is rainy or it is summer or whichever season of life it is for them. Give the necessary support to your people in the work that you give. Because when I'm training on competence and performance, I should say, if you give me a challenge or you give your team a challenge, give them equal support, because that will bring the whole difference. It is very important as a leader to be able to bring together all the elements and make sure you develop teamwork spirit in your team. Because when you work together, they say, together, each of us will achieve what they want. So when you bring the teamwork spirit in your team, you become a better person as a leader. Last but not least, it's very important as a leader to be able to know your people. What is it that they want? What is their direction? What is their challenge? And be able to work with them to where they want to be. I want to encourage you that as you watch this channel, first of all, to subscribe, to follow, to comment, and let's interact. And out of that, I'll be able to see what areas that you can improve. Feedback, as they say, is a food for a champion. I would wish to hear from you. Let me know any training that you have for leadership. I'll be able to come in and see what we can be able to bring the change that you want in your team. We come up with a strategic plan for your organization, for your school, for your company, for your church, and to be able to transform the whole agenda and bring in better performance. Thank you so much for tuning in, and welcome for the next episode. Thank you.